Hey everyone, I wanted to make a really quick video letting you know that the so-called resistance just gave Donald Trump lots of power. So they always complain. I mean, I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, about every single thing that Donald Trump does and how we need to resist Donald Trump. And they just did something that is absolutely mind-boggling. Now, I was originally going to wait to talk about this until the following episode because I was going to give you the rundown, like this comprehensive review of warrantless, surveillance in the United States. But it's stewing over in my mind, and I'm getting more pissed off as as the day goes on. I mean, this pissed me off yesterday too, but the more I think about it, the more outraged and angry I feel. So I just wanted to make a quick video, just basically giving you guys my initial reaction. So as Edward Snowden tweets here, House votes 256 to 164 to expand Trump's warrantless surveillance powers for the next 6 years. The vote to reform warrantless searches of Americans' phone calls and emails failed, needing the support of 26 more. Dems could have swung it, but 55 of them voted with the Trump camp. Now, first and foremost, I don't need to tell you the absurdity with Republicans voting for this because this is supposedly the party that claims to care about the Constitution. This is the party that claims that they want a really small government. They don't want the federal government to have all of these huge powers and authorities that, violate our civil liberties, and they went along with this. Now, Democrats, the resistance, they could have swung it in the opposite direction, but they went along with Trump. Now, to figure out who did this, we go to Daniel Schuman, and he states 55 Democrats voted against your constitutional rights and opposed the USA Rights Amendment. Had 26 voted the other way, we would have won. Among them is Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff. The House Minority Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, the leader, like one of the literal leaders of the Democratic Party, who purports to be one of the leaders of the resistance, went along with something that gives Donald Trump a tremendous amount of power. I thought Donald Trump was evil and crazy. That's what you said. I mean, we all think it, but you said this, Nancy. Why would you do this? Now, again, I want to go through some of the other names as well. So we have here Denny Heck. He's the individual who refuses to co-sponsor H.R. 676. He is in the 10th District of Washington State, I believe. Now would be a phenomenal time to contribute to his opponent, progressive challenger Tamborine Borelli, because she actually doesn't support this. She denounced it, and she also supports Medicare for All. Great time to support her. We also have Representative Sean Maloney. What are you doing, Sean? Sean literally is the individual that just sponsored a bill that would undo what the FCC just did with their repeal of net neutrality. So you'd think that issues like, internet freedom and freedom generally speaking, civil liberties, privacy would be something that he cares about. He just voted for this. What are you doing, Sean? I thought you were on our side. This is a betrayal. And also we have, of course, Deborah Wasserman Schultz. Is anyone surprised about this? She is, in a large way, responsible for the current situation in this country because had she not colluded with Hillary Clinton to rig the primary against Bernie, he could have won and Trump wouldn't be the president right now because Bernie would have won. So you think that she would be doing everything possible to basically pay us back for the damage that she caused and she'd be as progressive as possible, but she voted for this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the resistance. This is what we have. This is the opposition party. They could have swung this, but they didn't. 55 Democrats. I don't know what to say about this. This is a vote that's so egregious that there's absolutely no justification for it. I can't even come up with hypothetical situations as to what they would think about when they were casting this vote. That's how much of a no-brainer this is. It makes no sense to me. I don't even know what excuses they could possibly come up with. There's no excuse. This is in direct violation of the United States Constitution. And the worst part is that this is a power that they're giving to Donald Trump. The resistance. They're not doing a very good job resisting. I mean, if you count resisting as getting outraged at every single thing that he says, then sure, they're doing a fantastic job pretending to be outraged. But when it comes to the really important policies, they're not only resisting, they are permitting Donald Trump to do these things, to continue warrantless surveillance. I don't even know what to say. They all have to be replaced. Every single one of them. This is unacceptable. Again, it boggles my mind. I don't understand what they possibly came up with to justify this vote in their heads, but it's certainly not going to be acceptable. So I'll leave you with that, because at this point I think I'm just going to end up ranting and rambling. But you all know, I just want, if you haven't heard about this story, because the media isn't really talking about it, surprise, surprise, you need to know what they just did in Congress. Republicans and Democrats betrayed you. But, more surprisingly, the resistance is enabling Donald Trump. The resistance is a joke, which is why progressives call them the Mick resistance.
Support this podcast by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Humanist Report.